Today it's all about fall. I am bringing to you some of my very favorite fall and winter makes, as well as some of the things that I am new to with sweaters and things, some fun things, and also some of my list of upcoming wanna makes. So hopefully you find something that's valuable, and I would love to hear about what you're making for fall, winter in the comments. So here we go. Let's get started. Okay, and here is the Burda 6476. This is one of my go-tos. I make it up whenever I don't have a lot of sojo, but I want to feel really good. Definitely will wear these. I have several actually. This one's just made up of a nice sweatshirting material. And this is the high-low version. They have one that's longer too. You could even extend this and make it a dress. You can do the loose, wide, open sleeves or not. I will show you some of my other ones. Stick this guy right here. I mean, I make a ton of these. These are just ones I pulled. Cute. Another sweater. Did the same thing with the elastic. This one's just made out of more casual sweatshirting material. No elastic. Still high-low. And this one I made out of a really soft, like buttery soft scuba. It's so floppy, but it's like silk when you put it on. I'm going kind of fast because I have a lot to get through today. And then here's a nice cozy one that I made in a co-ord set with some Stella joggers, which I'm not showing. But so that's that one. Okay, next we're moving into the Nuala by Vicky Sews. I love this one for several reasons. These two are not color blocked, but I have an orange one that I can show you that is. Actually, this is a color blocked one. And I just love this piece because this is that Atelier brunette. Wonderful. Hard to get for me. When you guys in the UK can get it probably easier than me, but Style Maker Fabrics has it. It's on the spendier side, but it just makes everything pop. As you can see, I use it more for an accent. I'd love to make an all-over one. I just didn't want to spring for it. And this is a really nice, thick sweatshirt material. As you can see, I popped my little label in there. It's a nice, short, boxy, almost like a triangle. The style lines are very interesting on this one. Here's the first one I made. Can you see those? Just kind of endless what you could do with it. I popped this little piece on the back myself. That's not in the pattern. Little stain, because I wear these things. All right, I will grab my orange one for you. Had to go grab this out of the dryer. So this is, again, the Nuala by Vicky Sews. Did some color blocking. Just really fun materials. Great scrap buster. As you can see, this is scraps from the other one that I showed you in the Burda pattern. And I changed the neckline on this one so it's really open, which we can do, right? And I just bound it, as you can see, and that's a knit binding, so it stretches. It's fun to modify things as you see fit. We have the freedom to do that. That's part of the fun of being able to sew. So let's move into some of my other things. Let's see. Okay, so this was really fun. I got to go up to Seattle not too long ago, and I always try to check out Stitches. It's a sewing shop there up the hill from Pike Place Market. And they had this really fun poodle knit rayon. I'm not sure if you can see that texture or not. I think you can on my other, but this is the Collins top by Friday Pattern Company. And I was really excited to make this. I've made the dress and I think 3 of these tops. And why I love this pattern so very much is it has that built-in shelf top, and you can use something shelf bra. You can use something really soft on the inside, and it's so pleasant to wear. And I discovered a really soft elastic that's cozy for the skin. And I love the low back. That's the back. Just so comfortable. So poodle knit rayon from Stitches, and I made a whopping 4 items with that 4 yards. 4 yards? I remember being impressed with how much I got out of it, so it might not have been 4 yards. But here we have the Style Arc Courtney top. As you can see, the style lines there. And I just inverted the cuff. I wanted it on the inside, but it still gives it that nice stately sticky outiness. And the back has these fun pleats. It's a great top, and you can color block with this pattern as well. And then here's the Sunny knit top, which has the slim sleeves. I've made this also multiple times. This is in my TNTs. It has the cocoon body shape and just your standard collar. Very, very quick sew and very, very comfortable. And you can color block with this guy if you want to. And then, so that's 3 items from that poodle knit rayon already. And then I made the Como knit pants for the first time. And it looks really cute together. I mean, you don't have to wear them all together, but you can mix and match. And these have the built-in pockets. Great waistband and a wonderful statement ankle. It's got all of that folded up, so you have that. Actually, that's a facing, I think. Yeah. Anyway, it hangs really nice because of that, so it gives you that kind of more wide-legged comfort. So those are all really wonderful patterns that I made with the poodle knit rayon from Stitches out of Seattle. Next, I want to move into some Tilly's. Tilly and the Buttons, awesome company for sewists of all experience levels. She has a way of doctoring up her patterns so that they're really simple to understand, and the patterns themselves are just colorful and happy, and it's just a great experience from start to finish in my experience. So I'm just going to pull a couple of the things we've done a lot in my sewing group, but also just personally. I tried to group things together. First thing is, last night I made the Stella hoodie out of this awesome pre-quilted fabric that my friend gifted me. I'm not sure where it comes from, but I cherry picked what I wanted on the front and then the back. Isn't that so cool? And then I did a little bit of a mod because I was going to not put these little cuffs on, and then so I just, you know, hemmed the cuff, and then I just decided it needed to be a bit longer, so I went ahead and made cuffs, and I eked out every little bit I could. I didn't have enough for a front pocket, but I'm actually okay with that. And what's cool about this fabric, it has the pink lining. Sorry I don't have any stats. It was gifted to me. One thing about this hood that I'm going to tell on myself is that I was the know-it-all and I didn't look at the instructions, and I missed that whole center panel. She has a wider hood, so it's still fine, but it's not as cool as if I followed the pattern perfectly. So, okay, so here's the pearl knit cardigan, pearl wrap cardigan by Tilly. There's a little hole in here, which I'm going to skip just for time. And it's so darling. This fabric actually used to be a fuzzy part on the leopard spots, or cheetah spots, whatever they are. But then when I washed it, they all came off, and this was a toile, but I like it so much better without the faux fur. Now it's just a gray and white. So this guy has a nice drop shoulder and some cuff sleeves and a beautiful wrap. Goes with everything. It's wonderful. You can throw it in a bag and throw it on if you're chilly. So it probably could be made out of a more substantial fabric. That's just a knit. And I can tell this one's going to be a new favorite for years to come. Bertha cardigan. Made this out of a fleece and a sweatshirting material. Cute, has little clouds. I did do the one with the pockets. So what's cool about Tilly is she gives you so many fun ideas on how you can change it up. And color blocking on this one is just super fun. I could put poppers on it if I wanted and make it have a closure. Possibly might do that, but I still like it just like this. It's just so cozy. And I'll show you the back. All right. If you look at the pictures I'm going to pop up here, you can see some of the different options. And I have it in another more simple basic, just a nice rayon knit jersey. Very cozy, very soft. This fabric came from Blackbird Fabrics, and I was lucky enough to find it in a thrift when I was on vacation. I believe I found this out of Cottage Grove, Oregon. Just got so lucky. It was wrapped up with the tag and everything. Washed it up, and here we have it. Silky little Tilly. And what other Tillies? Oh yeah, here we go. Last but not least for today, the Freya with a nice stretch velvet, the cowl neck version. Very, very comfortable, great with tights and boots. Yeah, you can make it in something more basic, but sometimes you just need that pop of color on a rainy day in the winter. That guy is very comfortable. Okay, so Tilly again. We have the Billy sweatshirt and sweater dress. Obviously made a sweater dress with pockets, and this is a very thick reversible fabric. So you've got a cream on one side and a kind of more of a brown herringbone on the other. A wonderful thick, you can make a blanket out of this. It's just awesome stuff. Anyway, this is the Billy dress from Tilly, and I am going to enjoy wearing this winter. You can see she has the little puff shoulders. She has a more simple version on there too if you like more of a straight sweatshirt. Pockets were really fun to do. They kind of scoop in so you see the little pop of color. And there's the back. And the sleeves are very balloony and fun. Again, she has a more basic option for this too. It's going to be great with tights and boots, don't you think? Here's a really fun one. I recently discovered paper cut patterns, and it was kind of just a cool, happy coincidence. I went to Pendleton Outlet, the OG store on McLaughlin here in Portland, and they happened to have a whole bunch of them on sale of their patterns and paper patterns. And I bought a whole bunch. So, and I've heard that they've discontinued paper patterns as the wonderful developer, brilliant person is struggling with some health issues. So you can still get their patterns PDF. But I like a paper pattern if I can, because I just am really visual and I need to see the cover and all that good stuff. But anyway, this is the Pinnacle top, and there's so many neat things about this pattern. As you can see, I used some fabulous, I got this at Style Maker Fabrics, and I think I got this French Terry. They're both French Terry. There's the back. I did my little signature patch in the back. It's just my little hack I like to do. A little bit of a funnel neck. I think I added that. I don't know if that's on the pattern. I could be wrong about that. But anyway, this is a super comfortable. Might have extended these too. I like to play. There's so many interesting things about this. When you see the pattern pieces, you're going to be like, what the heck? I've never seen patterns cut out like this, but it sure turns out cute. Main interesting thing about that pattern, Pinnacle pattern from Paper Cut Patterns, is that you can do it in linen, or sorry, woven, or a knit. And So there are some great, there's three really interesting options, and I think within those three you could change them up so much. So there's a boxy top, there's different sleeve lengths, and this part here on one of the tops comes off and it's a V-neck, so it looks like that, and it is on one of the linens. So check that out. I'll try to pop some pictures up of the pattern in here. So cute, so cute. Okay, one of my absolute favorite companies for many reasons for patterns is Sewhouse 7. Partly because it's Portland's own. So many good things coming out of Portland, especially creative people. And so I love the Skyline Tee. I've made it several times. It just seems to fit so well. It kind of comes in a little bit at the waist, so you're not getting too much bulk. And I had the idea, I found this beautiful merino knit wool jersey from Mill End Fabrics, which again is right down the street, and I'm very lucky for that. If you live in Oregon, check it out, or even out of state, come check it out. It's a huge warehouse and they have just about everything. And so I had this beautiful brown wool jersey that I found there, and I decided I would make a tried and true of mine, which is the Skyline Tee. And I did the option with the scoop neck and the puff sleeves. But then once I got into it, I kind of had a moment where I was like, wait, this is supposed to be long johns. I'm making a long john set. Spoiler alert. So I wanted to add this. And so what I did was, instead of just doing the regular ribbing around the collar, I just made it really long. And now it's this really cute. Really cute. And I put the elastic tape in there so that it wouldn't stretch too far. I don't know if that was necessary or not. You can let me know what you would do in that case. But I think it turned out really cute. I actually used the gathering stitch on my sleeves on the inside just to give it that cute ruched look. And I did that on my serger just by dropping it down. Or tightening it. Yeah, tightening it. So that is the top. And then I just did the Laura leggings from Style Arc for the bottoms. And now I have my long johns, which I really, really wanted. And my goal is to make a pinafore out of some awesome wool, maybe Pendleton, and then have this be my under when it's really, really chilly. And I really recommend the Laura leggings. I just made them and I really went back and forth because they look so dang basic, but they are one piece. That pattern is one piece that you double, and there's no seam on the outside. And I know some of you know that that kind of pattern for pajamas and stuff is so quick, so easy, but also the way that it's curved, it fits like a dream. So I put my label there on the outside. I don't know if you can see that, because I didn't want it to itch me. So I just did a little teeny tiny piece of elastic. And so these are going to be nice. I'm going to wear them instead of like tights with boots, whatever dress I want to put over the top of that. But I was thinking of pinafore. And speaking of pinafores, I think I'm going to grab this incredible find I had at the thrift, which is an old Sewhouse 7. It's Simplicity 8641. Apparently, according to my friend Lori, who worked with Peggy, the founder of Sewhouse 7, she said that she started with Simplicity. I don't know any of the details, but how cool and lucky is that? Although it is a size 16 to 24, I'm going to modify it so it will fit me. Isn't that cute? It looks like the Burnside bibs, but in a dress pinafore. And I'm very stoked about it. And I think I'm going to try to make it for over the top of my long johns. Okay, please let me know in the comments if I am moving too fast or too slow. I am very open to feedback. So this is the world-renowned toaster sweater that I love so much. I love a raglan sleeve. If you know me at all, you know I love a raglan sleeve. There's something so comfortable about not having anything rubbing on your shoulder. I don't know what that is. And I do believe they're really flattering on almost everybody. Just the way they flow. So this one I did in kind of a sparkly Christmassy last year for Christmas. I don't know if the sparkle's showing up, but it's in there. So that one is good. And then I did a fun fluorescent stripey one, and I was really proud of this one because my stripes lined up. And I think I posted it on Instagram, and Peggy herself said I did a good job. So it's so funny. I'm such a fangirl. Oh my gosh. And I'm sure she's such a humble person. She probably doesn't even need that kind of adoration. I don't know why I'm such a fangirl, but she's so dang talented, and she comes up with really cool stuff that you want to wear. Isn't that cute with the neon? Sometimes you need a pop of neon to get you out of a gray day. So there's that one. And then my classic favorite one, I got this super, super wonderful, fluffy. It's just hard to describe. It's squishy, but it's also just super cottony. It feels like a cotton ball. This is from Mill End Fabrics, and they still have it. Last I checked. It's a great fabric. It has kind of a little jacquard to it. That's another Sewhouse 7 toaster sweater. So I have lots of these, but I pulled those 3 out for today. Okay, so I thought I would have a little bit of fun. A while back, I found some quilts at a thrift store, and it was new with tags on it, this particular one. And I thought, well, this isn't a real quilty quilt that's cool and like, you know, grandma made. This is just something probably from Target, but it was cotton on the inside, 100% cotton on the, you know, lining, and the outside was like this veloury, and it was just so fluffy, like I'm calling it a marshmallow. So I made a marshmallow outfit, and I've worn this camping and stuff. Yes, it's white, but I still have worn it, and it is freaking warm when the winds are blowing down at the Oregon coast. And I think this is the Parker from Style Arc. I'm just going to put one side on to show you so my mic doesn't get messed up. But yeah, it's got pockets, and it has that cotton lining. I could bias tape the inside, but I didn't. And it worked just fine, and it's so cute. Okay, so that's part of the fun. The other part of the fun is I made the bob pants by Style Arc in the same fabric. I still have some of this left. It's crazy. I definitely recommend buying a quilt and having some fun. Got the barrels going, pockets, but on the bob pants, when they're thick, I choose to use something lightweight for the pockets. It just kind of cuts down on the bulk there. And I did for the waistband as well. And these are so cute. I mean, it's so funny, but when I'm wearing these, I'm so happy because I tend to run chilly. And if you find something that keeps you warm and toasty when you're chilly, it just totally makes you happy. If you've made it this far, thank you. I have some big news at the end, so hang in there. And I wanted to ask if you wouldn't mind hitting that like and subscribe button. If you haven't, that helps my algorithm. I hope to continue to make these videos in my free time, and hopefully I can make a few more quickly. So I thank you for that. And I watch so many videos of people I love that in my announcement at the end, I will share a little bit about what I'm excited about for the future. Okay, so now I believe we are moving into one last make, I think. I've got more, but I'm just going to share. I made a Marlowe in a sweatshirting for the first time. I know that I can make this out of sweater material. It's very darling, really basic. I chose to do these really big buttons, so I did my buttonholes freehand on my sewing machine. And if you're interested in hearing about the stitch length that I use to do those buttonholes, just let me know. I did use fray check. This sweatshirt material ended up being very persnickety, where it wanted to just shed and fall apart once I cut it. So the fray check was the first time I've used that, and it really helped. So they're not going anywhere. I plan to make this, I think, out of orange and do my own version of the Taylor sweater, because who doesn't love Taylor Swift? Come on. She is revolutionizing the world, keeping hope alive. keeping hope and love alive, that girl, that woman. So that's the Marlowe by True Bias, and I think that's a good tried and true for future. Moving into things I want to make. So I am late to the party on the Jara sweater, but I have that, and I believe there's 4 options on that. I have my mood board up here. This is all of the things I want to make or have made, and I change that out periodically. It's like a vision board for patterns. What I love is I love cutting things out and doing vision boards that way. I actually use a sketchbook for that so I can carry it with me. But this is great because when I'm in the sewing room, I literally can just go grab what's on my vision board when I'm ready to make it, and it's just right there. So as you can see, I've got my Tilly side. I've got the Atelier Julia sweater. It's been on my list for quite some time. I got that up at Style Maker Fabrics north of Seattle. Highly recommend ordering from them online. They have the most quality fabrics and a huge assortment, and they will pick the thread out for you. They're so helpful. They go above and beyond. But I have a really fun kind of like a faux fur in green here, evergreen, that I might use. I've got this fun leopardy cheetah type stuff that I did. Oh yeah, I didn't even show you guys. I made these. These are also another pair of those cozy bobs. Come on. You can wear them for pajamas in the winter. You can wear them outside when it's snowy. And oh yeah, and here's another pair of Laura leggings in the kind of a faux suede. Again, I'm going to be wearing these for tights. So I think that's going to look really cool with boots. It's got such a soft texture to it. It was donated to me by that same friend who gave me this sweatshirt material. So wish I knew more about it, but it's all really nice performance fabric. So I want to make the Jara. I want to make the Lauren, which is a long cardigan. That's by Style Arc. I want to make the Solar Tee, but in sweater form. It has a ruffle. I'll pop that up there. And that is from Paper Cut Patterns. Want to make the Tilly Cocoa because I love that stand-up collar that's wide on the boat neck. And I'm going to make that out of something really warm, similar to the Freya hot pink that I showed you, but I think I will do it in a scuba. Let's see. I want to make a pinafore of some sort. If you have any recommendations, let me know. I know Tilly has one in one of her books. And I want to do that in a wool plaid with a lining. And I'm going to be wearing that over the top of my long johns also. I want to make Vogue 8854, which is a really cool funnel necked. Not cool. You can do it with a hood, or I'm going to do it with the funnel neck. I love a funnel neck. I love my neck being warm. And what else do I have on here? Did I get everything? I got the Julia. Yes. So off to my big news. You guys, I am so excited. I have booked a trip for my family to go to London March. It's my son's spring break, my 20th wedding anniversary. And I get to go to Stitch Fest. Last year, I wanted to manifest it. I bought the tickets to Stitch Fest, not the plane tickets, and I was not able to pull it off. This year, I have the tickets to London. Barring some craziness with our government, yay, I get to go and be with some of you people who are my favorite content creators for sewing. I am loving the people there. I love Yorkshire Sew Girl. There's just the Soul Sisters, Northern Soul Sisters. There's so many people that I hope to meet. Tilly, I want to meet you. And there's so many more. I should have written out my list. There's just so many wonderful people there, and I want to take some classes, and my fellows are going to be running around London, and then we'll have a good 7 days after that to hang out together, the fam. And I do plan to go to, of course, Liberty of London and hit up some of those smaller little places too. And I think I'm going to try to bring an extra suitcase so I can shop, and we'll hit the high street, get inspired, and I will hopefully shoot some content there. So thanks for sticking with me this long. I hope this finds you well. Stay positive. Let those stitches keep you lifted and happy, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.